It's our podcast.
Ooh, isn't this like the 13th podcast now? Yeah.
Is it?
This
Oh,
is the
shit.
13th one.
Okay. What would we say we were going to do for the 13th one?
I think we said like soulmates or something, but...
Oh, yeah. I didn't do any research on it, though.
That's fine. We could do the one we could do...
We'll just place them differently. Sorry, this is actually going to be the 12th one.
You can't do that. You can't do that. It's not going to work that way. It's not going to work that way.
Okay, let's talk about soulmates then.
No, I thought we were talking about siblings.
Okay. Whatever you want to talk about.
You run this show.
I know, but you just told me about switching it, and I was just like, oh, okay. So let's talk about soulmates.
I didn't do no research on it either.
You never do research on stuff.
I know, but I feel like you're not gonna be able to give your all without doing your research. So that's why I'm like, if you really don't want to switch, then that's fine, because I know you like doing your research.
Okay. What about siblings? Oh, just start it off.
I don't know. You said siblings, so I figured you had done research or something on siblings.
No, on soulmates.
On soulmates? I thought we were doing siblings.
No.
Oh my god. I don't know. Do you believe in soulmates?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you believe that everyone's soulmate is their romantic partner?
No.
Okay. Expand on that and why.
I feel like your soulmate doesn't have to be the love of your life.
Right.
I feel like there's a difference between your soulmate and the love of your life. Or sometimes they're the same person.
Mm-hmm.
But I do feel like there's somebody out there for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And not only in a romantic sense. I feel like there might be someone that's your friend that you feel like, oh my God, you get me. And I don't have to explain that.
Can you have more than one soulmate?
No, I feel like that's lame to have more than one soulmate. I feel like it takes the magic out of it.
Right.
I feel like if you have a bunch of soulmates, it's like they're not really your soulmates. It's just like people that you like.
It's like someone going around like, I got like 1 million best friends anyway, so I don't care if I
lose one. I feel like best friends too. I feel like there's a small group of friends that you can call your best friend, and everyone else is just acquaintances. Mm-hmm. And you could lie to yourself and be like, oh well.
Well, they could be friends. And then you got acquaintances. Because I feel like acquaintances are the ones where, like, if you see them out in public, you're not going to ultimately run over, like, yo! You're going to be like, hey, what's up? And keep on pushing. Mm-hmm. And you got friends, and you're like, hey, yo, what's up? Walk over there, converse for a little bit. You know, like, all right, well, I'm finna bounce. And then you go. And then you got your best friends. You walk over there. You sock them in the back of the head. You be like, let's fight. And then they be like, oh, what's up? And then people looking at y'all like y'all crazy. And then y'all give yourself a handshake. And then y'all start talking. Y'all end up spending the rest of the day together because apparently y'all ain't had shit to do. So
I don't know if it's to that extent, but yeah, in that.
I was just saying that's just levels of friendship because I feel like acquaintances, you're not gonna go back there and like push them in the back of the head to be funny.
Why'd you want to talk about soulmates for our 13th episode?
We decided that. Mm-hmm. Okay? What are you talking about? What are you about to ask me? Why I wanted to talk about it.
Also, there's this thing that I heard about, which is your matching flame.
Matching flame? What is that?
It's like soulmates, but deeper, because it's like, it's someone who is exactly you. You know, like your exact replica in whatever sense you think that is. Oh my God. And people, not everyone gets to meet their matching flame. You know, I feel like you can go your whole lifetime without meeting your matching flame. But your soulmate, I feel like at one point in time, you're going to either meet them or have already met them.
See, you said that you could go your whole life without meeting your matching flame, and that made me feel like Shrek. Because you can go your whole life, never meet them, never even cross your mind. Mm-hmm. But then right after you meet them, your life has changed.
To explain the Shrek theory, it's in the beginning of the movie, if you haven't seen it, spoiler alert,
Shrek was happy.
He was so happy.
He was like...
He was living his life. He was scaring people, laughing to himself. And he was comfortable being by himself. And let that be a parallel to anyone looking to be in a relationship. As long as you're happy by yourself, it is not per se perfect because he still had his problems and whatnot.
Right.
But he was happy with himself, making dinner by himself, using his little earwax, lighting himself a candle, looking cute. And
calm down, it's still Shrek.
Okay, but he meets this person who frustrates him a lot, adds so much more problems to his life, and at the end of the day, when he gets there after sending her to Lower Farquaad, he's sad, you know.
Right.
Even Donkey frustrates him, you know, but
Donkey
he
not
realizes
there. He's like, man, where Donkey at?
He realizes how empty his life was, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Without people by your side, and even if those people frustrate you, at the end of the day, he felt like, what is better? Is it better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all?
That sounds like a whole extra conversation.
It is.
But that's the Shrek theory that, you know,
yeah.
you were happy until whatever thing came into your life and then left in some way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I said the flame thing makes you feel like Shrek, because you mess around, meet the flame person, and they leave, and you're gonna be feeling some type of way.
Yeah, but then you know, if they leave and you feel some type of way, then you know, you know that that's your person.
But does that person have to be romantic?
It doesn't have. I don't think it has to be.
Okay, because I feel like in the current climate of the world, whenever someone mentions, "Oh my God, you're my soulmate," they only ever mention it in a romantic setting. I personally have never heard anyone say to just a friend, "Oh my God, you're my soulmate." You know?
Oh my God, am I weird?
No, you're not weird. I'm just saying, like, in my experience, everyone who I've ever heard use the phrase soulmate has always used it as, oh, that's my boyfriend, that's my girlfriend, who I want to be my husband or my wife and live forever with, you know? That's the only
I feel like
I've
a lot
ever
of the times when you meet your soulmate and they are of the opposite sex, it's hard for you not to imagine your entire lives together. And it's like, could you be my friend forever and you just have your own relationship and that bitch not be mad that I am deeply into your life? I'm not saying it's impossible, because I'm sure
I'm pretty sure there's plenty of relationships like that.
But I feel sideways about it.
You feel sideways? I feel like there's plenty of relationships like that, and I feel like those are usually those relationships where they've already been friends for umpteen years or whatever like that, and never once had they ever had a sexual inclination toward each other. Like, around each other, you the homie, you the person who I can vibe with no matter what. I could be doing some completely out of the world mess that's not even of who I am, and you can vibe with me, like, not exactly tell me how to live my life, but still pull me back to who I really am, versus, you know, being that friend who's like, oh, you acting different, I can't even be around you no more, and then leave. You know, like, that type of person would be that. And then at the same time, you know, if you and that person, you know, separated for a while, you know, because you're not going to go to the same college, you're not going to go live in the same state off the jump, you know. If y'all went and had a whole life separate of each other and then ended up meeting back together, that bond is still there, you know. And I feel like that bond would be something that you spoke to your partner about. Like, there would never be a time where you just out there living your life and you don't happen to mention to your partner, like, man, I miss so-and-so. Yo, we used to do some crazy mess. Like, as much as I talk about you, I would talk about them to other people. Is the type of relationship I'm talking about, as far as, like, if you were friends and you were quote-unquote soulmates. Because then at the end of the day, that's one of those people who you could go be around and don't have to worry that some weirdness is gonna happen.
I feel like it also depends on your relationship, because I feel like, I don't know how many guys out there would be okay with you talking about some other guy while you're with him. You know what I mean? Or how many females are going to be okay with that? Because it's just like, oh yeah, we used to have all these good times, and it's just like, okay, but we're together now.
But that's also a part of society, you know? Society builds everyone to be very possessive, you know? Like, they build everyone to be like, oh, there's only one person out there for you. You can only be with one person, and once you have that one person, you need to just be with that one person, and none of your friends that you had before that are going to be important unless they're in a relationship, and then you can talk to them, everything like that. I feel like society has built up that standard because way back when, and I'm talking about like really far back. How much time we got left?
3 minutes.
Oh shit, okay. Trying to be sure. At least as far as I can tell, way back when people fought people with swords, armors, and shields and stuff like that, what was common back then? Raping, pillaging, burning down villages,
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you have someone,
Mm-hmm.
good. You're married, you can have kids, your bloodline lives on. But they never once fretted over, like, unless they felt like they had a reason to. They never once fretted over you speaking with other people or going off. Like, hey, I have to go on an adventure to this other village to do something. And I'm taking so-and-so people with me. And they always go with me. They are, like, the number one best friends I have in this village. Outside of my
I feel like the stakes are higher. It's so different to compare that to right now. Because for all they knew is, well, you might die. This might be the time that you die. You stepping out this door might be the time that you die.
But how is that different from right now? I'm a black man in America. I can step out the door right now and get shot. Okay. You got people sitting in their own houses, laying in their own bed. Door get kicked in, get shot. How is that different?
Because you're not with a group of people pillaging type of different.
Different profession. Because that would be considered a profession back there if you think about it.
Okay, it's the same reason Hillary stayed with her husband after he cheated. I feel like it depends on what you do for a living and how people perceive you and what your status is. I feel like you can't, I don't know. I don't think that society has put that stigma on, because time and time after again we see the opposite of that. So I feel like there's just different strokes for different folks. That sounds like you just got to know your relationship.
That's true.
But back on the subject of soulmates, I feel like a soulmate, if it's in a romantic sense, you don't have to necessarily marry that person.
Right.
And if you do marry that person, that's awesome. That's great. But if you don't, I feel like it's not that big of a deal either.
Right.
Any last words? All right. No?
No. Bye.